Benleg Technical Services team. So excited to have you guys on board on the MyVAT app. It's an app that we've made to automate your reconciliation process of VAT within a Pastel partner, Pastel Express or Sage 50 Cloud database. So this one takes your data that you've got in Pastel and it actually auto reconciles up to transaction level your VAT. Okay, so just to jump into it, first of all, I'm going to share, Veronica, with you to that Dropbox a folder that ultimately is where you're going to find all your apps. So I'm going to quickly show you. This is the environment, and it actually reads MyBI Benleg Technical Services -business. Okay, so you got a raw data. That is where you copy all of your Pastel files into. Here, you've done it on your side, and it synchronizes to our side. And then on the other one you're going to receive, which is MyBI Benleg, that's where all your apps sit. Okay, and on a daily basis, whatever you place in this raw data environment will synchronize to our side. Our servers start running through data in the morning from 12:30 in the morning. Okay, so 12:30 midnight. Then our servers start running. So I would prefer, if you can, on a daily basis, to copy it into this environment. You can actually delete everything that's in here and then copy everything that you've got that's fresh in your database into this environment. Let's say around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, that synchronizes. And then at 12:30 the next morning, we actually start running our algorithms and our BI tools to send back all of the data that's been processed. Here in your environment where your apps will lie, you have one app in here at this stage. We have a multitude of apps. Here you'll see that there's a Excel folder called MyVAT. That is the app. Once you double click this will actually open for you this app over here. I'm sorry, it happens in Excel. I'm going to quickly get there. There we go. Right, so this is yours. And there you can see it already says Benleg Technical Service. So fine, just open cards. I don't know anything about your data. I'm going to quickly look at it now with you. So it's always special to me to look at data. I love it. But anyway, so this is it. Here we go. It's 2 years worth of data. Okay, it's your prior year and your current year. We can give more access to data. You just need to request that from us because a PSQL database holds 5 years worth of data. Just for you to know, we've gone through your data and we actually issue what we call a health certificate. So here in this, there's a health certificate over here that we issued. You've got quite a clean set of data. You've got a clean data set. This just tells you in this 2-year window, you've got about 14,691 transactions. You've got 260 accounts in your ledger, in your GL. And then we've just looked at a few little flags we've got here as minor flags. It just says that there seems to be some processing that happened, and it usually happens when you kind of like backdate stuff when the auditors come, and then this goes out of synchronization. It's not a big issue. I'm not concerned at all. Please don't do anything about it. I would have told you if it is. And this one just says your cash book is not a general name. It's not a generic name. Your cash book 2 actually has got CB space and then the number usually, but you've got it at CB2, so cash book 2. So you've changed that name in your e-types. Okay, the normal name is CB space and then the number. It doesn't matter. We just see that, no problem. Okay, cool. So let's go back into your app now and enjoy this data. Right, so this is a slicer. Okay, so let's say, for instance, you've got a 2-month financial period. So let's first start and see what kind of revenue you have. So I can see here, this is a 2-year window of revenue. You got about, I've done some very generic mapping, which you will be able to, in any case, to do, and that pulls through twice a week. So that's done in a client setup environment. Also within this, in your space here, there's something called client setup. And as soon as you open this document, you'll see that we've done a kind of like bird's eye view mapping for you, but you can go and change this. All of these yellow blocks you can change, and the oranges. Like for instance, here these are the accounts, and here you'll see that we've mapped these 1,000 accounts up to there to sales. Okay, so you can go and remap them, and then they'll come through twice a week. Okay. Anyway, just thought I'd tell you that. It's not a big deal now. We can go through it if you have any questions. So Then we can see over a 2-year period, which is last year and current 3 or 4 months, you got about a 47 million, which gut feel tells me you do more than 30 million a year, which just from what I can think, you probably are you are submitting VAT on a monthly basis. Okay, so let's say at the end of May, you want to now go and submit your April month VAT. You're going to click on 2020, and that is April. Here it gives you a quick overview. You've done debtors 299,000 worth of VAT. Creditors, you've claimed 21,000. In general, you've claimed 17,000. Okay, this is your picture over here. It gives you a little bit of a overview. I see you process against VAT type 2, VAT type 15, and VAT type 0. Okay, so let's go to the VAT recon. It says, well, you've processed to this VAT control account 260,924 Rand of credit. So it means more credit. So you owe that for the end of the month of April, payable by the end of May, obviously. And this gives you a detailed breakdown as to show you how it actually happened. You can see to Finch Mine, you had revenue to the value of 1.928 million, and that attracted VAT of 289,000. That's how you processed it, and you processed everything to VAT. Then it's something here called other transport. Here you've processed a 0 VAT. That's obviously for you to make a call. I cannot say to you that it's correct or not correct. It's you to say, well, yeah, that's fine or that's not fine. Then you've got here a Kolomela mine contract, which has got 1 million there. No VAT has been raised on it. Again, your call to say, yes, that's correct. It is an export mine, or no, that should have actually raised VAT, so I need to correct that. Okay, and as you go down, you can see how you claimed. You claimed on cleaning, for instance, you claimed nothing. Okay, there's 59,000 there. But here on consulting fees, 13,000 you did claim. And on insurance, there on that 90, you claimed 13,000 for that month. And so this first column is your actual trial balance for the month, okay, for the month of April that we've selected. That's why it balances to 0. And then that's your reconciliation of that 260, how you actually claimed it, okay. So it gives you exact detailed breakdown of how you claim versus your trial balance, okay. So you can also drill down now and double click and say, but I want to see this. Your Kolomela mine, for instance, you double click on any value and actually will take you to the detail of that. Here's all of that detail that you've now processed. That adds up to your, to your 1,088,000. Slightly off screen here, so let's see if I can bring it up. There we go, 1088. And now you can go to that column called VAT amount. So you will just go and search for where that VAT amount is. Here we go. That's VAT against Netleg. It says 0. So nothing was claimed here. Versus if I go back to the MyBI logo, there's 289,000. Okay, it says, well, the 289, first of all, it's based on those invoices, 1928 million. But the VAT against these Netlegs, that's what it was claimed for, or that's what is raised on. These are the invoice numbers. Oh, I pressed page down. And if I go to that, it says VAT on Netleg. There we go. And if I go and highlight this again, that says 289,209. All right, so I think you get the idea. It gives you by transaction detail. Even if you go to something like bank charges, look here, there's bank charges, 649 Rand. You've claimed here as an input. Here are your VAT that you've actually processed. And if you go through to that line, for instance, you're going to see, well, what did I claim? If you go, you say, yes, I claimed 6.52 Rand on that specific leg. Okay, so, and then you can actually go and double click on the big amount here, 260, and that's going to give you everything in your trial balance for this period. If you go see here, it gives you 845 lines of data, everything, and it says this is exactly how you claimed your VAT on the net leg against every single one of them. There's the 260.29. You'll see there's tons and tons of transactions here showing you exactly against what net leg you processed it. Okay. All right. So cool. Just one or two other things I want to quickly jump to. I don't want to, kind of like spoil everything for you to have fun in the app. But here's the here it shows you the VAT, the e-types by tax type. So you obviously use tax type 2 for those exports, and then the standard VAT types. Then if I go back here, there's the income statement. There's your income statement overview. What you've got is an output, an input. I think that'll help you a lot with submitting your VAT return. But remember, the tool's purpose is to reconcile and give you grip of that data before you submit. I don't think many people have issues with submitting. A lot of people have issues with reconciling and having grip, so that they can actually, before they submit it, have a comfort that it's correct. Okay, so there's a income statement view, and then the last one here is your by suppliers and creditors. So debtors and creditors, I'm sorry. So there we can see Bidvest, for instance. That's the invoice you raise, gross, and that's the net, and that's the VAT. So nothing against Bidvest, everything against Finch, Diamond Mine. Okay, so there we go. And that was 14.83%, which seems to that some invoice there may have been, wow, I'm trying to open that one. Let me rather do it from here and there. Okay, so it seems if I go to Finch here, something small was actually put against the zero here, 23,000 Rand, and that's why it's not exactly 15%. It's slightly less than 15%. And as you go through it, you actually see which creditors you claimed or which you did not. There, for instance, you claimed a small portion on F&H labor. You claimed zero on this Profuse, probably they're not registered for that or something, and so forth and so forth. Okay, so you got a good overview of your creditors and your debtors, and giving you the full ability to get grip of that data and to make sure that everything was processed correctly before you submit. Right. Well, I hope you enjoy that, Veronica. And please, guys, thank you, Benleg Technical Services. We appreciate having you guys on board. We're excited. You're getting this daily. Whatever you place in that folder, Veronica, will be processed on a daily basis. We process daily whatever you put in there. Okay, please just put the Benleg Technical Services pastel data in there. Don't put anything in there because that's just going to be weird. But okay, put that in there, and we're very excited to hear your feedback. We're here to help or just to give you guidance if something is not making sense. But please use the app, draw down, play with it. Really, I think you're going to find a lot of great information, and you're going to find your feet very quickly. Okay, thanks. Cheers.